the semi-final stage of MLS Cup playoffs and 4 massive games. As the Supporters' Shield winners entered the fray in the East, the Philadelphia Union hosted Nashville. In the West, Real Salt Lake were after another scalp as they travelled to SKC. And the Colorado Rapids joined the playoff party in a Thanksgiving Day clash with Portland. The Timbers were carving a path.
This is Blanco! Oh, yes! Simply irresistible! Sebastian Blanco is churning it on!
But the top seeds were up next.
Badgie! It's 5 alive for the Colorado Rapids!
And only one would progress.
The Timbers have triumphed! That's it! That's the last, baby!
Commentary comes from David Prutton and Rob Palmer.
Well, it is a Thanksgiving with a difference. Never before has there been a top-level soccer match on Thanksgiving Day. Jack Price put some spin on that cross. Goalkeeper was deceived by the sunshine. It was a major chance. Trusty coming through the crowd.
Really good ball to the back post, and that is a free header, isn't it?
Flag stays down. Acosta onside. Bassett. They stand off him. They don't want to make the wrong tackle. It's a very big save from Clark. Best chance of the game so far.
Mazy run, of course, by Bassett, looking to get the shot off, which he does. Timbers defenders on hand, though, for when Steve Clark just pushes the ball back towards the edge of his 6-yard box.
Portland just having to defend from the start. It's a good ball in from Acosta. Brilliant save. Chance hasn't gone yet, and it's whipped away. Well, that was a sensational save from Steve Clark. Razor-sharp reactions.
The saving grace for the Timbers, it's directly at their goalkeeper, isn't it? Half a yard either side, and that's in the back of the net.
Bravo hitting it long, beyond Abu Bakar, who has lost his man. And it was a rushed shot, but nevertheless a shot on target from Sebastian Blanco. Now, has he done himself some damage there? Now this is a major blow to the Timbers. He's the key man.
Very tough indeed. Seems to have instantly diagnosed what's gone on. Clutching his hamstring, wanting to come off.
Can play no further part in the game, and it's going to have to be an unexpected and certainly unwanted early second half change for the Timbers. Mabiala trying to tiptoe into the penalty area unnoticed, which is difficult. Andrew's shirt was being pulled in there, not seen by the referee. Then it's Yara with the block. Right across the face of goal, big opportunity. Esgoda passes on the responsibility, and that is somehow cleared off the line by Wilson. And Esgoda was there, and I think the striker who was on top of his form would have turned and smacked down at the goal, but he passed on the responsibility, and that allowed Wilson to get back on the line. Into the final 30 seconds of regulation time. Chara doesn't get past the first man. There's a bit of shirt pulling in there. The goalkeeper hesitates. Mabiala doesn't. What a dramatic finish! The big man with a heavyweight punch. Well, it may be an ugly goal, but it's a goal of beauty if you are a Portland Timbers supporter. And right at the final breath, it's Mabiala who was fighting off the close attention. And as the boots were flying and the heads were low, he was the bravest man in Denver.
He is the man on the spot. A deathly, deathly silence from the home fans when the ball hit the back of the net.
Well, now there's another coming together and more theatrics, and the referee is reaching for the card this time. It's going to be Dario Asprilla. What colour will it be? He's gone straight red. Well, that has spoiled the occasion as their key man Asprilla is dismissed.
There's a shove there. Gavan's desperate to get the ball back. I mean, the arm's up and raised. It's in the face of an opponent. I can see that being a red card from the referee's point of view.
He's going to miss the showdown with either Sporting Kansas City or Real Salt Lake. If it stays like this, we're now beyond the promised 4 minutes. They're willing the referee to blow the final whistle. Well, the referee has blown the whistle. The celebrations begin for the Timbers. The Colorado Rapids, well, disconsolate. Robin Fraser tried everything. His team bossed the first half, but Timbers had a game plan. Colorado Rapids 0, the Portland Timbers 1.
Amazing day. First time that there's a Major League Soccer match on Thanksgiving. I feel very proud of this group. Unfortunately, Seba, we will evaluate and see where he's at, but it doesn't look good. This group is shown through the entire season that we're never giving up. Our strength is no one player, our strength is the group.
Shelton slots it home! And it's saved by Ochoa! Graham Zusi, the president of the playoffs! RSL has knocked Seattle out of the playoffs! Sporting Kansas City advance to the Conference Semifinals. The king is dead. Long live Real. This is seismic.
For the chance to face Portland in the Western Conference Final, SKC versus RSL was watched by Matt Jackson and Chris Wise.
Krylak and Chang and Rubin.
Oh, he's the wrong side. Oh, dear.
No penalty.
Oh,
And Rubin was convinced the decision was coming.
can't challenge from that side without a massive question mark being raised. Referee's right there to see it. Oh,
Now SKC
yes.
might have one. Kinder is caught, and this time there is no doubt about the decision. Kevin Stott immediately points to the spot.
It's just a really poor challenge. Flicking a leg out, really inexperienced from Herrera. Got to be better than that.
Can Ochoa come to RSL's rescue? Russell scores with conviction. Through the Scotsman, through their captain. SKC lead by a goal to nil.
Great strike from Russell, who's been exceptional for them, hasn't he, since he's come across.
Oh, Everton Luiz beaten to it. And this is Wouter, and that is wide of the post.
Given away cheaply, good pressure. Got to hit the target there.
In by Kinder, and flicked away by Ochoa, or did it just go wide of the post? I think the goalkeeper got fingertips to that.
Good delivery. Ideally, you want these curling inside of the post rather than as wide as that.
Now it's RSL's turn to try and create. It's Krylak, and Melia held on to it despite the fact that Anderson Julio was pretty much sat in his lap when he dropped it.
Krylak under pressure, makes decent enough contact. Good use of chin by Tim Melia, just cushioning that one to be able to grab it.
Pablo Ruiz looking forwards. Anderson Julio, the substitute with the biggest impact. And the Ecuadorian equalises for RSL at the home of one of their biggest rivals. And just like this whole campaign, RSL proving to be the scourge of SKC.
Good delivery, in-swinging ball. Can't leave a player that free, 6 yards out. We have a tie in our hands again.
We're in Krylak territory now. Who is it going to be, though? Who is going to be the Krylak in the latest SKC RSL meeting? Here is Merrim. And Woods wins it for RSL! Extraordinary! Two substitutes coming up trumps for RSL, and the magical story goes on. SKC on their knees.
The substitutions have completely changed this game for RSL, but
They've been gutsy, they've hung in there, but pace threatens. It's a brilliant delivery and a fine finish. Tim Melian, no chance whatsoever.
Seconds away from another incredible RSL story in these playoffs. Resplendent Real Salt Lake into the Western Conference Final, and they have knocked out one of their big rivals. It ends for SKC in the semi-finals, just as it did 12 months ago. It's an extraordinary story, and Pablo Mastroeni and co are creating something quite brilliant with RSL this year. SKC 1, Real Salt Lake 2.
It's just crazy, you know, so positive, so emotional. I mean, this group showed today who we are, you know. After the Seattle game, they were saying we didn't shot on a goal and this and this and that, but you know, like, we just played smart way. And today we showed who we are. I mean, again, to show mentality, to show commitment, to show desire to win the game and get back from 1-0, it shows everything about this team.
Martinez, Glesnes, goal!
After the late show in Philly,
Mukhtar, 1-1.
came the Hani Mukhtar masterclass in Nashville.
Mukhtar, step over, Mukhtar, shot, goal!
This showdown was for a place in the Eastern Conference Final. Calling this one, Sam Parkin and Dan Roebuck.
Still they retain the ball. There's no panic in possession from the men in yellow. Miller to Curlin, he's towards Sapong, and Mukhtar's header! Brilliantly timed into the corner, man of the moment. Hani Mukhtar yet again. Philadelphia Union 0, Nashville 1.
Miller just produces an outstanding delivery. The Union are sleeping, and the man of the moment has the easiest of headers, really. Once it arrives on his forehead, just cushions it into the far corner.
Martinez. This is Bedoya. Time for the corner. Maybe just. Philly look to take flight from the corner here. Can they grab a leveller? Final act of this first half. Here it comes. Oh, Gazdag might get another goal and finds the corner second time around. They do get the equaliser just before half-time. And it's the Union supporters who can celebrate.
And that is just an unbelievable block initially from Johnson, but the ability that he shows Gazdag to react and then to put in the acrobatic volley and angle it towards that far corner. Brilliant athleticism.
Gazdag to turn. Santos on the move, and he might be able to get there. Sergio Santos! Oh! Well, the execution was the right idea. He tried to lift it over Willis, but it curled away from goal.
This is two outstanding passes. Look at the way that that ball from Glesnes breaks the lines. That's a wonderful pick out. Maybe the dink was the right option, but just couldn't execute it.
In comes the delivery again, far post this time, and it must go in, and does! And he's going to stag again! Well, and then Chapman spots the push. And we will have an extra half an hour here. Will we get a winner? This is Bedoya. This is Sergio Santos. Sergio Santos! Straight down the throat of Joe Willis.
Great first bit of play from Corey Burke. Heads it perfectly into Bedoya's stride. And then the strike is just far too central.
There's Anunga, who's been allowed to come a long way. Miller to curl in. Cadiz to knock it down. Here he is again! Oh!
It's a fantastically clever effort. Knows that Andre Blake's going to be unsighted and just tries to feed it into that far post. Doesn't miss by much at all.
In-swinger from the Hungarian. towards Glesnes, flicked on, it'll come out here towards Martinez, low, and then Sergio Santos tried to divert it in, but the angle was wrong. The scoreline hasn't changed. We'll have to do it by way of a penalty shootout. Hani Mukhtar, he will take the first penalty. Mukhtar sees it saved by Blake. Oh, he's had such a wonderful season, but Blake denies him. Elliott to take the first here for Union. Puts it into the corner, and Union have that advantage. Blake makes himself big once again, looking to psych out the Panama international. It's Godoy. Oh, Blake makes another stop. Terrific from the Jamaican international. Santos. What can Willis do to stop the Brazilian? He can deny him. Well, it was a poor kick, and Willis makes the save. Mouille looks to get Nashville on the board in the shootout. Mouille for Nashville. Oh, and he's put it wide! Nashville just cannot find the back of the net. 18 years old, McGlynn to step up here. McGlynn with a stuttered run-up and to find the corner and to put the Union on the brink. Zimmerman to try and beat Andre Blake to keep Nashville in MLS Cup 2021. Here he comes, and he puts it wide! And it's the Philadelphia Union that are through to the Eastern Conference Final for the first time in their history. Zimmerman can't find the target, 2 missed penalties, 2 saved from Andre Blake, who is the hero here.
To now have 2 games that go 120 minutes, 120 plus minutes, and come out on top, I think that really builds character. It shows that this team knows how to win. Obviously, Andre has a special performance tonight. I didn't watch any of the PKs, but they told me he made 2 really good saves and 2 missed the target.
Making their bow in this year's playoffs.
The 2021 Supporters Shield winners, New England Revolution! That's a whirly from Gustavo Bo. It's almost too easy for the Reds right now.
Standing between them and the Eastern Conference Final.
It's the man on fire right now, Tati Castellanos.
And it is New York City who advance.
That's what we do, baby!
Commentary comes from Stuart Robson and Phil Blacker.
With Santiago Rodriguez. Now Medina. Has Tavon Gray outside of him, Morales in the middle, and so too Santiago Rodriguez. Inside 3 minutes, New York City FC lead.
Well, it's a really good goal on the half volley, brilliant finish, side foot, accuracy, power. What a start for New York City FC.
Neil sizing up his options, does deliver dangerously, and there's the equalising goal already. Books are on the end of it, 1-1, and the big names step up on the big stage already.
So good in the air, just makes his run, gets across his marker, and it's a good header, just about gets enough on it. So it was a great start to the game, it's got even better now.
Dina's throw for Santiago Rodriguez. It's away from Ponster and delivers off the post, and almost came back for Medina. Well, Morales so close.
It's a good header, he gets in between the 2 centre-backs, he can't believe he's missed here. Keeper beaten.
Well, on we go in Foxborough. These sides will go to extra time. Morales trying to create the space for the cross. Instead, he will leave it here for Tor Aronson to deliver, and it's in! Castellanos with a crucial contribution.
It's good play down that left-hand side. It's the substitute with the cross, and what a good cross it is, but One player wanted it more than the other. What a good header that is. Castellanos. When he looks back at it, Jones, the fullback, will be disappointed with his contribution. He was favourite to win the ball. He was in front of Castellanos, but Castellanos wanted him on. Oh, he's got a red card here.
He's off. Castellanos, potentially the match winner, is sent off before the match is over. A second yellow card.
Now, what a big chance it is for New England Revolution.
Is there to be another dramatic twist yet? Carlos Hill. Boateng. Plenty to aim for. Buchanan's there! And it's 2-2. And the Revs have rescued it. And we may be going to penalties after all. Every bit as dramatic as we hoped it would be. And we're still no nearer knowing who's going through. Forward by Jones. This is Buxa. Adam Buxa is in. And Johnson makes a huge stop. Got enough on it to turn it over the top. Big chance for Adam Buxa to win it. And we will go to a penalty shootout to decide this Eastern Conference semi-final. Alfredo Morales first up. In the Conference semi-final shootout. And it was a precise penalty right into the corner as it had to be. Turner guessed right and went right, but didn't quite get to it. Carlos Hill steps up to take on Sean Johnson. Slow run up, that's an emphatic finish. The end result is the same, and both teams are off the mark. Thiago do. Off the bench, he is onto the score sheet in the shootout. All the kicks going the same way so far. Confidently taken. Only taken one penalty in his MLS career, and he missed it against Toronto last season. Adam Buxa sees that one, saved by Sean Johnson. It's a crucial stop from the NYCFC captain. Wasn't really hit with conviction.
It's a good save. Advantage New York City FC here.
2-1 they lead in the shootout with this third kick to come. Turner almost got there, but Tajori Shradi scores. He does find the corner.
Perfect penalty. Low, hard, right in the corner. Even though Turner goes the right way, he still can't get there.
Teal Bunbury does score, sends Johnson the wrong way.
Never looked in doubt, did it? Skip and a jump, and then just places it into the opposite corner.
Can he take them within one kick of the final? Maxi Morales goes for power and scores. And they are almost there.
Well, he goes with power, and he also goes down the middle.
Well, this has to go in, or the Supporters' Shield winners are out. Dewan Jones is going to take it. Sees the responsibility and scores with a powerful penalty. And at least ensures that some further pressure will be applied, and NYCFC will need to score another one. NYCFC one kick away from making franchise history. The Revs are back on the brink of elimination. Callens, the centre-back, strides up to the spot and scores! Emphatically, powerfully, historically. New York City FC have gone further than they've ever gone before in the MLS Cup playoffs. And for the record-breaking Revs, they bow out at the first hurdle of their playoff campaign.
This meant everything, and in every game now, I think, has its significance. But it's every game is a step to what we want to achieve, and ultimately that's the MLS Cup. So happy to get the victory tonight, and we'll enjoy it. But then we'll get back to work and prepared to, meet our next challenge, which is Philly.
And New York City FC won't fear that trip to Subaru Park after eliminating the runaway winners of the Supporters' Shield. They'll meet a Philadelphia Union side who also needed penalties to see off Nashville. Meanwhile, Real Salt Lake face a third consecutive away game in the playoffs, this time in the Western Conference Final. They'll take on the Timbers at Providence Park. We leave you with the decisive moments from the penalty spot.
Zimmerman, right foot in, he's put it wide! And the Union are through! Collins scores! New York City have pulled off the
And once again, playoff drama with seconds to spare.
Scramble of bodies right now, and Dan! Larry's Bobbiana!
And Woods wins it for RSL! Extraordinary!
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.